Real sorry, due to restrictions in the theater, we only have time for one more question. If you'd like to ask some more questions or learn or find out how you can help either organization, you can find us either right outside here, or we'll be heading over for some drinks over at Tempest Bar, which is on 8th Avenue between 30th and 31st. But unfortunately, we're out of time, so one more question.
Oh, I have a question. The question is it only Ahmadinejad and Ayatollah Khamenei that we're fighting? And the answer is no. We are fighting a paralysis that is taking hold of our country with regard to this threat. And I think there's two reasons that we are paralyzed regarding Iran. The first one is that we don't necessarily think that Iran would push the button. And I certainly hope and pray every day that Iran would not push the button, and I don't necessarily think that they would push the button, but the leverage that they gain, even if they don't push the button, is too great to bear. And the other side of that is that we have no similar assurances that they wouldn't push the button. And even the small percentage is too great for me, and that's why I made this film, because the statements of Ahmadinejad combined with the brutality and the sponsor of terror, and now the development of an illegal nuclear weapons program, literally puts a target on the backs of 300 million Americans. It puts a target on the backs of you, on me, on our loved ones, and on our leaders, and we've got to understand that. The second reason why we might be paralyzed is because we think that there's nothing that we can do about the situation. We're already embroiled in 2 wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and we simply don't like the prospect of having to deal with the situation, so we don't. But that is a very, very failed mentality, and we need to wake up, and we need to understand that as the #1 economic superpower in the world, that there is much that we can do. We have already legislated sanctions in Congress, but they're not being enforced right now. Let's start by enforcing sanctions. Let's start by making sanctions tougher. We have got to get from a point of view on public opinion, where we are now, we're over here, and that point of view is we really would not like Iran to cross the nuclear threshold. We've got to step from here to over here, where we can state with clear certainty that it is 100% unacceptable for us to allow Iran to cross the nuclear threshold. We have the right to say that, and we need to say that if we want to overcome the problem. Now, the Iranian regime is very, very fragile right now. How do I know? Because they're actually scared of this movie. I want to read you something that was published today. This was a statement that was made by a spokesperson from Iran's foreign ministry. Foreign ministry spokesperson Ramin Mehmanparest denounced the documentary film Iranium today, calling the film an attempt to harm the progress of Iran's nuclear program. He stated that the documentary, quote-unquote, proves that certain Western countries are dismayed by Iran's peaceful nuclear activities. And he said that the film creates, quote, an unreal atmosphere in order to apply pressure on our policies. He goes on to say that public opinion will not fall for such fabricated, unreal facts. Just the fact that they would comment on this film, and this is not the first time they tried to block a screening of the film in Canada 3 weeks ago, which created a little bit of a diplomatic row between the Canadian government and the Iranian government. But the fact that they would comment to begin with shows that they are afraid. And we've got to make certain that we are more afraid of Iran's nuclear program than they are of this film. And that's why it's so important that you, here sitting in this room now, take this tool. And this is the most emotional tool out there, to get people to see with their own eyes what it is that Ahmadinejad and Khamenei have on their agendas for the United States, for the State of Israel, for the free world. It's up to you now to take this film to as many people as possible, to organize local community screenings in synagogues and churches, in college campuses, wherever you feel, even in your homes. Invite 10 people into your homes and put on the DVD of this film. We can do a lot. You can go to our website, iraniumthemovie.com, and you can learn how to take this to the next step. You can write letters to your congressman. You can affect policymakers. There is much to be done, and really now it is your responsibility to do it if you don't want Iran to cross the nuclear threshold. Thank you guys so much for coming out today.